Are men the problem in today's relationships? Let's get into it. Men are a huge part of the problem. The reason being is one, we don't really learn to be leaders or what leadership even means until we get a little later in age. Leadership doesn't mean to dominate. Leadership doesn't mean you're in charge of, and leadership definitely doesn't mean that you own that person or whatever you are the leader of. It simply means to guide with true intentions. And I don't believe that, a boy understands that aspect of leadership, and a man will understand that aspect in leadership. Just because of your physical anatomy may look like a man doesn't mean that you are a man. So there's that huge aspect inside of why our relationships aren't being successful today. Two, let's just talk about our approach to women overall. Women aren't possessions, first off, and we have to take responsibility for the women that are walking into our worlds that are half-ass built 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10. And especially in our younger ages, we're starting to date, a little bit too young. I don't ever believe that a man should start dating until he becomes a little bit older, financially responsible, morally structured, and culturally structured. Three, we're not even friends. you know Friendship needs to be a foundational element, and it needs to be the foundational element inside of a relationship. Or as years go on, because we're looking for longevity, the relationship will deteriorate if this relationship is based inside of other foundational elements outside of friendship. True friendship is formed over time and experience. And as men, we need to take this time and experience a lot more serious before we jump into commitment. Develop the friendship, and if the friendship is true, happiness will follow. Four, we're dating way too young. We're not taking the time to develop ourselves culturally, financially, and morally. So now we are jumping into relationships being dependent on the women to lead us or to teach us, or to develop us. And that's not their job. They can assist in those things, but it's not their job to do all the heavy lifting. You have to make sure that that heavy lifting is done first. As you would do in any relationship, you want to make sure that you are well put together before you come into somebody else's life and you invite them into your world that cannot be half-assed. My fifth and final reason why I'll say that we're the problem is because we don't know what we believe in.